Today's gospel of Jesus' magnificent transfiguration is a sign of hope. It was meant to give hope to the apostles that Jesus' coming passion would end with his triumphant resurrection. And it gives us hope today that we too will rise from the dead and be transfigured. We believe that when our bodies rise from the dead, that they will be glorified bodies. You remember when Jesus appeared on Easter Sunday to Mary Magdalene, she didn't recognize him. She thought he was the gardener because his body was glorified. So there's no LA Fitnesses in heaven, if you will, right? So, well, I'll have the body that we're hoping for is the glorified body in heaven. And so Jesus gives us a foretaste of this reality in today's gospel event. And today's gospel also gives us hope that by following Jesus and understanding our salvation history, that we will be transfigured into the saints that God is calling all of us to be. This is the significance of Elijah and Moses both appearing alongside Jesus. Jesus Christ is the fulfillment of the law. It's represented by Moses, and the fulfillment of the prophets, which is represented by Elijah. Jesus is the long-awaited Messiah who has come to save us from our sinfulness. And by understanding the law, the prophets, and following Jesus, who is the new law, we will be saved and become the saints we will become saints in the heavenly kingdom. We will be transfigured from sinners to saints. We will be transfigured from people who are attached to the things of this world to children of God who only care about the things of heaven. During the season of Lent, we're asked to do three things. And if we do them right, they're not simple. We're asked to fast, pray, and give. Doing these three things right will transfigure us over these next few weeks. And if you haven't started yet, start today. We're not only supposed to work on ourselves during Lent, right? We're asked to spend our whole lives working on the project that is ourself. Lent is just a great Kickstarter season for those of us who may have waited a little longer than we should have to begin working on ourselves, or at least in humility to realize that we are all a work in progress, right? So let's look at those fasting, praying, and giving. So the fasting should unite us to Jesus' own suffering. That's what fasting is for. If giving up sweets is equivalent to dying on the cross for you, by all means, give up sweets. But don't give up sweets because you want to fit into your Easter best on Easter morning, right? Just become your best by Easter morning. Prayer. That shouldn't just be an extra Hail Mary because it's Lent, or you've picked up a new spiritual book for the sake of accomplishing a book, reading a book by the end of Lent. The only thing worth accomplishing is getting into heaven. And simply reading a book is not the key to those pearly gates, right? Now, a book may help you to do what prayer actually is, which is entering into a deep communion with Almighty God. Prayer is knowing that you are loved by God and that you're loving him in return. And if you're not aware of that relationship and reciprocity of love, then we need to re-examine your prayer life, because that's good prayer. Finally, almsgiving. It's the letting go of this world so that we can desire the world to come. Now, throwing your spare change into your rice bowl is great. Keep doing it. It will help a lot of people in countries around the world who are dying of hunger. But if that's not helping you feel less connected to the things of this world, you need to do something more. A great almsgiving exercise is to look at your finances and see how close you or your family is to giving away that 10% tithe that the scriptures ask us to look up to, right? If you're not giving away 10% of your income, then maybe start asking, what can we start giving to get us to that point? Or looking to the future, right? What can we start changing now as a family, or if I'm by myself, what are habits I can start changing now so that I can get to that point of giving away that 10% so that I can be detached from this world and focus on the things of heaven. If you're already giving away 10% and you still have a surplus, right, then maybe don't go to Hawaii on vacation. Maybe go to California, and the money you save on that plane ticket, give it away to the poor, right? So our surplus shouldn't just be to enjoy the things of this world. It's good to do those things. I'm not telling you to just go live on the street down on Lower Wacker Drive, all right? It's good to go on vacation. It's good to enjoy life, but it's to be detached from this world. If you love flying first class, sit in economy. Give that extra money away, right? And a priest in the seminary that always taught us, when you're going to buy a new computer, if you can afford, the top computer out there, buy yourself the next level down, and the difference that you're saving, give it away. This is how we detach from this world and we focus on the things of heaven. So what can you start changing as you look to the future to kind of get you that 10%? If you're already giving away 10%, what can you do to give more, right? To detach ourselves from this world, to focus on the things of heaven. Now, obviously, if you can't give away 10% of your income, because that will leave you out on Lower Wacker Drive, then don't give away 10%, right? Jesus does not want us to be homeless. He calls some people to a life of poverty. He does not call all of us to a life of poverty. You give away what you can. Again, the point is to detach from this world, to focus on the things of heaven. So that's really the question to ask yourself as you look at your finances and what you can give to the poor and to your parish. What can I give away in gratitude for everything that God has given to me? Fasting, prayer, almsgiving. These are the ways that we allow ourselves to be transfigured from sinners to saints. The law and the prophets bring up fasting, prayer, and almsgiving all the time. And Jesus himself did these three things throughout his life. That's what we're called to do. If you haven't started yet, start today. It's okay that you haven't done it since Ash Wednesday. Start today. And a few days from now, when you realize that you didn't pray that day or you forgot to fast from whatever you decided to fast from, it's okay. Recommit yourself. Start again. That's the journey of life and the spiritual life. We keep getting up, we keep trying again, because our God will always reach out to help us. He is love. He is mercy. Let's make this Lent our best Lent ever, so that on Easter Sunday, we will be our best ever.